Welcome to another unboxing video brought to you by Align and Enterprise Hobby, distributor of Align products for North America. In front of me we have the Align helicopter T-Rex 450LP ARF. ARF stands for Almost Ready to Fly. And the reason you will see this during the unboxing part of it, because you have to assemble the tail, which is very easy to do, and we'll have a video for that. The actual model number for this is RH45E32X. It comes with everything you need to fly the helicopter. There's nothing else that you're going to need. So Align's come out with the 450, which has been a helicopter that they started with. I think back in 2003, Align originally released the 450 model, and it was the first electric helicopter to be released, I think worldwide, as far as a 3D fully integrated helicopter. And it was the first one that I owned, actually back in I think 2003. I've owned a couple of them over the time frame of that era, and then they migrated themselves by changing parts into the 450 Pro. But this is an excellent helicopter, and it's going to be perfect for the beginner out of the box. Yet it's another option for you is the person that wants to put the helicopter in the trunk, turn around and use a transmitter, not take their expensive transmitter or the one that you use for all your helicopters, and then just go to the park and fly, get a couple flights in at lunch or after work or before work. It's an economical way of practicing. And let's go ahead and take a look at the outside of the box. So this is the front of the box, and in the upper right hand corner you see the part number, what it's included. You have the A10 picture, the charger, the battery, and the helicopter itself. On the side, so let's go ahead and open it up. And it's a box inside of a box. And I'm not sure which side we have, but we have, this is the nose side. So I'm going to open up from the tail side. And the first thing that comes out is the A10. If you open up, the helicopter come out. There's a little box here in the back. So we have the A10 transmitter controller, great transmitter, will work with other things if you buy the Align receiver. And this is pretty straightforward. It's the helicopter. That's all that's in the box. So we have the A10 transmitter, the box on the back, the blades, and we have the nice helicopter. An instruction manual. So on here we have Alan Zabel Jr.'s signature and then Ben Storik's signature. So this is a one of a kind as far as the signatures go. And let's go ahead and look at the different items that are in here. So I'm going to set this to the side because this is the main part of the box. And we have the transmitter. We'll go ahead and open this up. Take a look at it so you can see the transmitter firsthand. I'm going to go ahead and set this off to the side. We have the main blades. We'll go ahead and put this off to the side. In this small box is probably the battery and the charger. It's a little bit heavy. And we have the instruction manual. I'm going to go ahead and put the manual up to the right hand side of the page. And you'll see that on page 1 is introduction, important notes, and information. Page 2 are some safety notes, features, and then the assembly section, which is removing the canopy, assembling the tail boom, putting on the main blades, inserting the battery, putting the canopy back on. The instructions are very easy. And of course, we're always there to help you at Enterprise Hobby. We do have tech support Monday through Friday, and you're welcome to call in, or you can contact me, Gail Align, on Facebook, and I'm happy to help you at any time because I understand the frustrations. That includes Saturday and Sunday. But in this box, we have the blade holder, we have small charger as far as size, and it's the Align RCC-3SX. It's capable of charging either a 3-cell or 2-cell battery, and it does charge through the balancing port, so you're just going to go ahead and plug those in. You're going to go ahead and plug in the battery for a 3-cell for this helicopter because the T-Rex 450L does run on the 3-cell battery, 2200 milliamp. We'll look at that in a second. And also it can do a 2-cell battery. So this is the charger. You have the power cable, plugs into the wall, set of instructions. And I'll go ahead and magically make them appear on the right hand side. So we have the instructions as far as how to set it up, charges and combinations that you can use, the specifications, and on the back page, which I'll flip right now, we have the features, warnings, and safety precautions. The 450L AFR does come with a 11.1 volt 22 milliamp battery. Has a Dean's connector because that's what the ESC has. Align's additional batteries, which are 2200 milliamp, does come with the Dean's, so you can buy those at the time of purchase. Just pick them an extra one. You don't have to do any soldering. I would suggest getting an extra battery. That way you have a couple to fly, you know, at least 2 when you go out. The batteries are fairly cost effective. It is a 30C battery, which will work perfectly for this helicopter. So you have the battery. And then you have a small parts bag, and we'll go ahead and open up this parts bag so you can see what's inside the parts bag. You have 2 longer zip ties, a little small container of T43, which if you're in the United States, you're very familiar with it. It is referred to oftenly as Loctite, but it's blue Loctite. So T43 is a thread locker, which is blue in color, allowing you to disengage the screws without using heat, but will allow enough locking compound to keep the screws in place that the vibration and oscillation or any kind of movement will not back those screws out. Very little is needed, and we'll discuss that when we go ahead and assemble the helicopter. You have a couple more small zip ties, battery connectors as far as being able to attach the battery, refer to them as hook and loop, but because of the name branding of what we commonly know. So the hook and loop, there's 2 straps that'll work for the battery. We have a bind plug. Depending on what you're doing, you're not going to need this bind plug. A Allen wrench, small plastic screwdriver, flathead, balancing tabs, smaller Allen wrench, and 2 pieces of hook and loop tape. This is going to be used to attach the battery to the actual helicopter. So that's the model itself. Let's go ahead and take a look at the A10. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is pull this off camera, take it out of the box, and then that way you can see everything that's included in the box. The A10 controller, which is included, comes with batteries, so you want to go ahead and install those. I did that just so you can see. Flight modes will be set up on the left-hand side. We'll discuss this during the actual assembly flight video. And on the right is the throttle hold. You have other switches here that are set up, and you have the gimbals, you have throttle. Left and right is rudder, elevator, aileron. Can be switched if you want to fly in other modes, and everything can be adjusted. It is a scrolling system. When you turn on the actual transmitter, you'll see it boots. It's already set up for the helicopter itself, and then you can either go into the system or setup menu. And as I said, we'll discuss this in the actual how to set up the helicopter video. We have the main blades, and now we have the actual helicopter itself. And the helicopter is tied down with some plastic wrapped ties, and then the boom. So let's go ahead and look underneath. And the actual canopy is the new design that Align has come out with. It's modeled after the 700X in Nitro. So you have the triangle shape opening over the motor. The color scheme is the same as the 700X in. And pretty sharp looking. It really changes the look of the helicopter because it makes the helicopter look a lot narrower. And the Align helicopters are narrow, but the rounder canopies that they've had in the past make them look a little round. On this, we have the includes the Align ESC RCE BL45P 45 amp brushless ESC, including the BEC. And you have the Align Dominator motor, which is the BL460MX 3200 kV, which is going to give plenty of power. You have composite material grips, and it is a DFC head, which is going to allow the helicopter to perform just fine. If you're looking from the side down here, you have the tail servo, which already has the ball mounted. You have the receiver and the fly barless unit. The receiver is going to bind directly to the A10. It will also bind to a Futaba fast system. And you can use a Spectrum satellite. That was the purpose of the bind plug. You have the servos, which are DS 450s, and the tail is a DS 455. So you have DFC links, support bracket, and then the serial number of the helicopter is right here. Let's take a look at the other side. And the tail. So on the tail, you have the tail with the tail blades assembled, and it's spinning freely because there's nothing on the other end. Tail fin, boom supports, stabilizer fin, and push rod. And this is going to make it really easy during assembly because all you have to do is insert the tail, tighten down the screws, push on the push rod, and you're good to go. The screws are already in the helicopter itself, so you can see here's where the boom support goes. So it is attached, and you can see the screws are already in this location, so you're just going to back it out. But we'll discuss this in the assembly and how you put the helicopter together. So let's go ahead and put the canopy back on. And this is the new line, almost ready to fly. The only reason they've called it almost ready to fly is because you have to put the tail boom in. The tail boom isn't on it because it works better for the space as far as shipping and consolidation into the box. Very easy to assemble. Put the main blades on and you'll be out flying with no problem whatsoever. As always,